So what can the people look for when they grab your book and read your book? Is it a life story or is it a self-help book? What type of book is it?
Well, so basically, it's a fact-based fiction.
And what
So
do you mean by that?
it's gonna be some facts in there, but the reader will never be able to determine where those facts are because it's so many different intertwinings of fiction and entertainment that you won't know what's real and what's not.
And plus the names are changed to protect the guilty.
That's a must. That's absolutely right.
Welcome to the We Got Problems podcast with co-hosts Curtis G. Martin, Rhonda L Brown, and Caliph Johnson Sr. The one and only podcast where solutions get discussed to our community's everyday troubles. Each week, you will hear mind-blowing conversations and actionable tips and strategies that you can implement in your daily life to become more effective. We got problems and we got solutions.
All right, you guys, welcome to the show. This is We Got Problems. I'm Curtis G. Martin. I'm here with my co-host, Rhonda L. Brown.
Hey, everybody.
My other co-host, Caliph Johnson Sr.
Peace, how y'all doing?
And we got a special guest in the house tonight. We're doing a book signing. We got Mr. Tarik Chatman.
What's up? What up, people? What up, good people? Otherwise, y'all know me as Bang. Some of y'all know me as the Wolf, but whatever face I got on, we still biting down, man. I'm here tonight. We about to show out what's good.
There we go. Hey, so you wrote a book, huh, my brother?
Yeah, I did. I wrote a book, Curtis, and with the help of some very, very good friends, I was able to go ahead and get this shit out. And today, that's where we at.
So what can the people look for when they grab your book and read your book? Is it a life story or is it a self-help book? What type of book is it?
Well, so basically, it's a fact-based fiction.
And what
So
do you mean by that?
it's gonna be some facts in there, but the reader will never be able to determine where those facts are because it's so many different intertwinings of fiction and entertainment that you won't know what's real and what's not.
And plus the names are changed to protect the guilty.
That's a must. That's absolutely right. But yeah, that's it right there, man.
So
I started off. I know I had the first question. Getting to this point where you actually have book in hand, what was the process like for you?
All right, so a little backstory before we even hit that on the bullseye, right? Because I didn't have the book in hand until today, as in like 35, 40 minutes ago. You understand what I'm saying? So the backstory on this is Rhonda, the butterfly bully, is actually a prophetess because she had made her mind up that the book release would be done today on y'all show, and that was set in stone. And I'm just like, okay, but I don't even have the book. I don't have a copy yet. But 30 minutes ago, I received my copy in the mail. They sent me an email earlier today, but I received my copy today. So Rhonda is not only a prophetess, but she is mastered the art of manifestation as well. So I think we need to get some more self-help books from Rhonda while we in here. You know what I'm talking about? But it feel amazing though to answer your question, Trash. I can't even, man, it ain't even really hit me like, I know it's more coming. It's gonna be some emphasis on this feeling that I got right now, but yeah, I'm super geek. I'm excited. I'm overwhelmed to tell you the truth.
So what made you want to write the book?
Besides the fact that I had 10 years to just sit inside of a cell and, pretty much trying to keep a stable and sane mindset and just being amongst so many other people that couldn't keep that balance and keep themselves, you know what I'm saying, from flipping all the way out. This was really like my way out. And then I wanted to do something that would live beyond my years. You know what I'm saying? Like after I'm dead and gone, these words and these pages will still exist. My kids will have something they can be like, my dad actually put a book out, So it was a combination of things that was just like, you know, make your time useful for you since you're sitting here. You know what I'm saying? Like benefit from this, and how can you benefit from this? And I was like, well, I guess I could get pennies for my thoughts. So these are my thoughts. So we're gonna see how these pennies come.
So how did the process go when you were in there writing? Like you know, because you know a lot of people that are locked up, they just play the game. They figure out how to get money. They in there for their time. They sit their time. They get out and rinse and repeat. So
Um, Go ahead. I'm sorry.
so I just like even to get into that mindset of yes, I want to be because really you're an author now. You didn't just put out a book. You're an author. So we got
Yeah.
to get that straight. You got to start introducing yourself as an author now.
Right.
But how did you get in that mindset? Because you could have done so many other things.
Um, Trust me, I actually did so many other things. This was just one of the ones I stayed consistent with, and I felt like would be like, you know, more productive than the other things I was indulging in. I mean, I got a list of things I was doing. I had cigarettes. I was selling phones. I was making the alcohol. I had two flavors of alcohol that had people falling down the steps, and the warden cussing the dorm. I was like, "Where the fuck is?" Excuse my language. Can I cuss on her?
Uh,
Not
You
really.
you know what?
you
I don't know.
you good? We
Well, you know
grown,
what I'm saying. I went through a real turbulent time trying to mask all my little illegal stuff inside of the facility, but the mindset, like I said, it just came from, you know, I wanted to tell my story, but at the same time, it's like, all right, no, I might not need to tell my story. Then I was like, well, maybe I can tell a story and put little sprinkles of my life in the story. And you know, some of my close associates put their life in it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The process was hard because you don't get that much concentration time. You know what I'm saying? You got to find time to really concentrate, and you got to imagine like how loud it is on a consistent basis. I am in a 200-man dorm where every type of personality that you can imagine is sitting there just festering on whatever going on inside of them, and ain't nobody happy. You know, so like to be able to pull focus from out of nowhere and just concentrate with all the noise in the background, people knocking on the door. Hey, big bro, can I had people lining up to get chapters of the book before I even finished it because they found out that I was writing a book. They would come down there and get chapters and be like, hey man, so how long for you get ready with the next chapter? I'm like, I'm working on it now, bro. Like as soon as I get it, I'm gonna let you know. I had people lining up, like, you know, it was crazy. So the process, it was fun, it was turbulent, it was really emotional, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when I didn't want to write because I had my outside things going on, I had to kind of like tune that out and remember that I wanted to get this done. You know what I'm saying? And that I had to actually focus beyond whatever was trying to pull me away from it. Because it was in the times when I got like in my groove that like everything in my outside world was just spiraling out, trying to pull me away. And it's been like that the entire journey of the book. Like things I've been trying to like stop it here and there. And it's like, so really this is the finish line. This is me running through that finish line. You know what I'm saying? So now I actually feel like I got my freedom.
Wow.
Okay. You said it's a freedom now. Like, what's the next step for you? Where do you plan on taking this? Now we're on the launch. We're on the release. Like, how do you feel like handing your people a copy of a book that you wrote? What's the feeling for you like right now?
Man. First, like where I'm visualizing going with it, I can't even comprehend. My imagination not even big enough, you know? And like I be telling people all the time, like, don't try to predict where I'm going with what I do because my imagination ain't even big enough. So I know yours is not pertaining to where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? But to be able to put this book in the hands of people like Rhonda, to put it in your hands, to put it in some of my other family members' hands, and an autographed copy, and like knowing how committed they was to seeing it all the way out with me, sticking in the paint. And it's not even like they had to do this, like especially, you know what I'm saying? Like the ones that just like, bro, we doing this shit on the love, like we want this out. Fuck all the other shit. So like to see they face, it's not even an accomplishment just for myself. Like I'm telling them congratulations. Like I told Rhonda congratulations the other day. I'm like, she telling me, I'm like, shit, dog, shit, congratulations to you too. Shit, we did it. You know? And that's the feel. That's where I'm at with it.
So what's the process you're gonna go through to get that book in some of the hands of the people that's in that same environment that you were in? So I guess that would be motivation for them, just knowing that you wrote a book and knowing that you're an author and it's actually out and they can see it, and to motivate them.
Um, I still got a lot of contacts in there, and by it being an actual published book at this point, they can get it because inmates can receive books from the publisher. So hopefully, and that's, I'm not gonna say a goal, but that's definitely something that I want to achieve, is like a mass number of these books reaching the inmates so that they can see, like, yeah, like bro was in here. Oh, this bro that was in dorm such and such, such and such. Like, yo, like, man, we can do this too. And they can actually do it from right there. They don't have to wait till they get out. They can do it from right there where they at. But not even just this, you know what I'm saying? Just to let you know that whatever you decide to do, whatever it is that you feel you want to pursue from the confines of in there, or once you get out, that you can do it. The walls don't have to stop you from doing that shit. Nothing have to stop you from doing it. You the only roadblock if you really want it. I done had chapters took from me when they come do shakedowns. They come in our dorms because a fight didn't happen. Somebody done got stabbed up. They come and take everything. I've lost several chapters of the book and had to restart because my shit got caught up in shakedowns. But I'm like, I'm not finna stop. I gotta try to, I gotta connect the dots and remember what I can of that portion that was lost. And like, no, we're not quitting. So it's, hopefully it's gonna be motivational for more than just people that want to write books.
And so, I mean, I know that you wrote like this whole thing out by hand. That to me right there is dedication, because that your book is what, 389 pages
Yeah. And,
written
and
by hand. So that, I think that's why it was such a push. Like, you were dedicated and people saw how dedicated you were to it, and you know had to get behind it, had to get it out there. But for me, my question is, because I know when you send it to me, you're like, don't hate me, don't hit me. I want to hear some of the reactions of other people that have read your book so far.
wow. Um, so like, just to be honest, none of the responses have been like, hey man, this is a great book, man. And just, you know what I'm saying? Like, kudos to a good book. I haven't received that yet. I've been met with all forms of hostility and, like, hey, why would you do that? Like, how could you let this happen? And I'm like, it's a book, right? It is entertainment. And I've walked in on one of my fellow inmates while we was in prison. I was going to retrieve some of my chapters that he had down there. He had been reading it, and his door was open. So, and plus I was going to get some of my utensils down there because we eat our meals together or whatever. So I'm going to get my utensils, and I opened the door because his door was open, and he's sitting down at the desk, and he got his head down, you know, he's looking at the desk. And I knocked on the door just to let him know I was in there. You know, I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Called his name, and he looked up at me, and his eyes was just swole and bloodshot red. And I'm like, bro, you all right? And he shook his head like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I looked at the desk where he was at to try to, you know, put together what was going on with him, you know what I'm saying? Try to gauge, you know, what I should say. And my pages was sitting on the desk where he was at. And he was like, man, this book, bro. He was like, here. And he gave me the pages, you know what I'm saying? He was like, I'm going to talk to you a little later. I never asked him what it was, what the connection was, but it was the book. That's what he said. And so he not the only one. My mom, she like a super gangster, old school super gangster. I let her read the book, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, she watched soap operas and all that. She'll read every now and then, but it gotta really catch her attention for her to stay in it, because she'll throw it in the pile over by the bed and it'll just be there. But she finished it like in 3 days. And when I gave her the book, I told her, I was like, Mom, look, be careful. Not only because I knew how much profanity I used in the book, and I kind of thought about it once I was handing it to her, but it was too late. I'm like, yeah, it's some stuff in here, but be careful with the book. And at the same time, telling her that it's an emotional roller coaster from the responses I didn't got. Like, and she like, boy, whatever, give me the book. In 3 days, she was done with it, and so I went to go pick it up. And when I met her at the door, she was shaking her head, and she had been crying. She was like, in her exact words, nigga, this book, mm, mm, mm. Then was her word. Then was her word. So at that point, I believed it. You know what I'm saying? That it's something in here, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
What what parts of you did you have to, when you were in your writing process, right? Like, and it was getting to that point. Like, what parts of you did you have to go into mentally to actually come up with like a story of this capacity? Like, where did you have to reach and you come out with your story to sound and come out this phenomenal?
Man, some of it, you know, was just from the depths of my imagination, because I'm an artist. You know, I do all forms of art. So some of it is just from the depths of my imagination, and then some of it I had to travel in a real dark, deep place and cross back into some feelings that I tried to tune out, and some thoughts that I had tried to get away from. And it actually gave me an opportunity to heal. But yeah, I had to go to some really deep places to pull out some of the things in here, and I had to be completely honest with myself. And you know, I crossed some thresholds that I wasn't expecting. I didn't know that this book would take form like this and grow his own legs and start walking away with me like this. It's yeah.
So when it comes to that book, without giving too much away, wanting the people to go out and purchase it, what do you think, or what part of that book, knowing that they had certain chapters, what do you think that's touching some of them people to get so emotional?
Uh, it's so many elements. It's hard to really to pinpoint, you know. But I mean, just a few that I could think of is you know, somebody that may have lost a very close loved one. Um, if not to death, maybe to prison. You know, to understand the pain of a mother that's grieving, and it's very detailed in how we, you know, how we laid it out, the storyline or whatever. You know, you begin to get familiar with these characters as if they your homeboy up the street, because you can relate to them. you really can relate to them, and then you start to grow a bond with them almost, man. For real, you start to grow a bond with these characters, and you know, you take on the emotions that they are feeling, you know, as if they were real. But yeah, just you know, you got the elements of a single mom trying to raise children while her significant other is doing time, and you know, him trying to explain to the children what his situation is, where they can still be encouraged and not feel like, oh shit, we messed up. You know what I'm saying? The corruption in the political world and how it affects the community that we stay in, you know, our culture as a people. It's so many elements, man, but you know, just to hit on a few that I feel like people could wrap their mind around, I would have to say those right there, but that's not it though. It goes on, you know.
So I do you plan on writing more to this story?
Yeah, I have to. The way it ends, you know, it's a to be continued, so there's definitely a sequel in store behind this. Uh, and we'll gauge it on like when once we see the response from the people on this one. But yeah, it's I can show you. I can show you.
And while you're doing that, I don't think we ever said the name of the book. So if you want to, you know,
Oh yeah, here we go. This is A Flame for Fatimah.
and where did you why
That's the,
what how did you come up with the title?
okay, so Fatimah, you know, just the strength of that name and how it's connected to our culture, right? But it's not like some hidden symbol or, you know, hidden meaning behind her name. This is just the average little black girl playing in her community, not knowing what's going on outside, you know? And I didn't want to use, you know, the common names of, you know, what they expect or what people expect. I wanted to use something a little more out of the ordinary, even though this is a common name in our culture,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But yeah, the flame, the flame is the whole burning inside of a people that have no clue where to direct their energy. Fatima is just one incident of many that our people actually face and witness and experience. And all of these things give us a certain burning inside. When we see different things on the news and the media, or we hear about certain things that happen, it light a fire inside of us, in my opinion. And so this book is to ignite a feeling in the people that read it. Because yeah, it's a storyline, but if you read between the lines, you'll start making a deeper connection. But that's the flame.
Okay. For me, like I'm excited to get this book, right? I'm excited to see what comes next. I kind of understand how much goes into you. For the people who really don't know you, and this is the first time they get a chance to get a piece of you, what would you want them to know about you and your author skills? What would you want the people to know about you?
Um, Pretty much that I won't take no for an answer. And like that has to be the mindset for any any avenue that you choose to travel if you want to acquire a certain level of success. Um, I'm believing and knowing that this is gonna be a success. I put the mental energy into it being there. So, you know, this is a testimony of how we can put something out into the universe and it come back fulfilled, you know? But yeah.
I hear Rhonda always talked about this book for a while, and she said this is going to be a movie. She I read it like twice, and I cried both times. She said this is a movie. So I don't know what your plans for the movie, but when I send this book to Oprah and to Tyler Perry, what are you gonna do? I was gonna say what we gonna do, right? But so what are you gonna do when you get the call and they want to buy this story and put it out there? What would that look like for you?
When that call come through, man, the first thing I'm gonna say is I was expecting y'all to call the day before yesterday, but I'm gonna let that go.
There we go.
You know, but it's funny that you said that because you said Oprah though. You said Oprah, right?
Oprah and Tyler Perry.
I'm thinking about Queen Latifah, but okay. So no, the reason why, because another one of the people that helped assist with getting this whole thing together, who actually took it from the written form and typed it all out, even with me scratching over the words and everything, is Queen Latifah's little cousin, Capri Jonte. And she's a really dope person or whatever. She's like, I gotta get this book to my cousin. She's gonna love this book because she got a book club and all that. So yeah, but man, I'm expecting the calls. I'm waiting on the calls. I already got the speech ready for the awards. You know what I'm saying? The movie. I already know who I want to play what. You know what I'm saying? We gonna co-star Mekhi Phife somewhere. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do something like that, little Denzel maybe. You know, we got to get the cast together. But I can't put this in the box and put limitations on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who gonna want to take part in this, but I know we got to do the movie. I do know that. I agree with Rhonda 100%. We got to do the movie.
And you know, I was even thinking because even thinking about it even more, it's like it could really be a mini series and not just a movie.
Yeah, that was
Netflix,
another thought. We
Amazon,
was thinking about a web series.
Netflix, Amazon. Let's go ahead and get these people on the line right now. Where's the business manager? Get the business manager on the phone. We
If
need to talk.
y'all watching, listen. We telling y'all now. This is what you want to invest in. You want to get behind this. Don't slip up
Yes,
and let
sir.
somebody. Hey, 50, get the strap. I call 50 Cent on y'all ass. Look, y'all know
He gonna put that Monday deadline on it.
Yeah. Like this is a big project, bro. Like I can't explain how proud I am because I know some of the obstacles and the barriers that you had to go through. If you could do it all over again, would you change anything about the process?
I could say yeah, because of where I was during the time. It was some days where I woke up, not some days, every day I woke up like, damn. And some of those days I can do without, you know what I'm saying? But had it not been for those days, I actually did get some writing done in those days that I wouldn't have the same content. So looking at it from that perspective, I would have to say no.
Look, I thought you were gonna say you gotta trust the process.
Gotta trust the process.
Trust the process is stuck in my head. Oh yeah. So let's talk about some of the other things you into, big bro. You moving like they
Hang
think
on,
that it's just bang.
Trash. Before we do that though, because I forgot. You know, I don't want to put you on the spot or nothing, but we talking about the book. Like, could you read the back of the book so they can get just a little synopsis of what it's gonna be?
Definitely, I can do
You throwing them on the
that. I would
spot
love to
right
do
now.
that. I love to do that. All right. So it say Atlanta, Georgia, gateway to the South. This is America's backyard where gang activities are at an all-time high, and some believe the police to be the most organized of them all. After finally sinking their teeth into Kadari, the product Cunningham, a high-ranking gang member, The Red Dog unit of the APD attempted to regain control of the Atlanta streets. However, when 6-year-old Fatimah Johnson was struck by a bullet while playing on her porch, a young street-savvy detective was forced to balance the scales to find whose blame weighed the heaviest, the not-so-good good guys or the not-so-bad bad guys. Travel with Detective Illiken Nasi on this emotional roller coaster as he courses through the depths of the underworld to bring a mourning mother justice for her baby.
Oh yeah, that's deep.
That's real deep, bro. I have mine soon. I know soon come. Soon come. It's a process. I trust it. I'm on pre-order. I'm on pre-order. That's what
Hey,
it is. I'm
you know what's
waiting.
even crazy? It's listening to the back put a spin on what the front is, the titles, right? Like, damn, that touched the title for me.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And thank Rhonda.
Invokes thought. It definitely invokes thought, and it makes you want to really tear into it. Like that's something that I'm looking forward to, and I know a lot of other people are too. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, bro. Really am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Hey, one thing I want to say, I know Trash, you finna switch it up a little bit, but and I think it goes right with it is I'm proud of you, my brother, just for not wasting your talents, right? Like using your talents. Sometimes we use them and then we don't push them forward. But something you said is that, my dream is too big for me. And that's what dreams are supposed to be. You're supposed to make your dream so big to where it seems like it can't be completed. And I think that's cool. So Trash, I'm gonna turn it back over to you, my brother.
I don't want to take it. I don't want to take it too far for what we're doing. We're working on the book, and this is the only thing we pushing right now. But like the balance, bro. Like you move at 1,000,000 miles per hour, and you got a whole book pushed out in a small amount of time. The balance, bro. Where do you find time for all the balance in it all?
I have no idea. I don't. I really don't,
Hey,
man.
hey, I had to ask though. I had to ask because I know how hectic it gets sometimes. Some days I'm sure it feel like an avalanche, but how do you get it all done? And the book is in hand now.
Like I said, I got some amazing friends and support. You know, yourself, Rhonda, Kurt. Like, I got some people behind me that won't even allow me to take a 30-second breather. It's like, no, nigga, no rest. No, stand back, stand up straight. I'm like, I don't have a hairline, so I can't pull no hair, but like I would, if I. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's the shit, the glory of God, because it's days where I'm just like, hey man, fuck it all, okay? Just I quit. And then myself be like, what? You quit? And if you don't shut the. So I'm dragging myself out the door, and I'm dragging myself to these different engagements and venues. Me and Rhonda been talking about my rest schedule. I've been trying to work on that a little better. My eating schedule, because sometimes I have to ask myself, did I eat? And if you got to ask yourself, then clearly, yeah.
So
That's good. I heard the boy Shannon Sharp talking about there's no such thing as balance when you're trying to be successful, because you got you got to go get it, right? Like, and then you rest when you rest.
Man,
and for those that are like don't want to wait till the end of the show, if you want to go to aflame4.com and order your copy, look, it's on pre-sale right now and you will not regret it. It's aflame4.com.
And we're gonna put all the information in the show notes as well. So when the
Yeah, I
episode
know,
drop,
but I know if I
they'll
was watching, I've been like, where can I get this? I would have been like bought it like the first part of the show. I ordered my copy already, so I'm way ahead of y'all.
yeah, she definitely is. Rhonda was one of the first. And my cousin ended up getting the book in hand, the physical copy, before I even got mine. And I'm like, that's amazing.
Hey, Trash, I know you. I thought Trash was gonna spin it a little bit. We can always bring it back to the book because I know that's what the book for. Because what I want to know is that how do you like? They asked you this question already, but you found time to get a book out and record an album and have an album out as well, right? So how was that process to work on the album, get the album done, and get the book done? So a little bit about the album.
Okay, so the album, I just participated in the album. I got a song on a compilation for Trust the Process, Rap a Lot,
Okay.
and that was, it was a process at the same time because we had to move around a lot. Even just me doing my one song, I still had to be at engagements and different things behind the whole push and campaign for this compilation. But I do have unreleased music that I've been working on through this entire time when I've been like MIA. That will probably be released in the next couple of weeks here, as well as some visuals. And I've been working on a collaboration with Rap a Lot and Rave Talk Music, which is a branch off of, it's one of the Rock Nation's branch offs. So if I can merge these two entities, we looking at a real major impact on the music game, you know what I'm saying? And I want to incorporate that with the book. I want to do a soundtrack for the book.
Oh wow.
And hopefully the soundtrack will get people motivated to see a movie and realize that this need to be a film. But
Well, I like that. I don't think I've seen that done where somebody drop a soundtrack to the book and then the movie come right behind it and then another soundtrack go back to the movie. So that's creating. I like that.
Kurt, don't give him too much, Kurt.
Okay, my bad. My thoughts just running right, like because I see it.
We go, baby. Gas up the private jet, baby. We go.
We out of here. Yeah, I have to make sure I get my copy. You know what I mean?
I just got that notification too, Trash, man. That PayPal say Caliph got that book, y'all. Yeah, I got to sign that, man. It might have pictures when we was kids in there. We didn't even grow up together.
Hey, bro,
it feels like we did. That's my.
No, I'm excited to be able to go to your website and click on it, and that was everything was a process for this. So I'm really excited on the whole process, just knowing what it took to get here. Like a lot of people didn't see them hard days out there. A lot of people didn't see what it actually took to get this to life and actually be physically in hand. So to see the process that you've come through and to see the obstacles that you've overcome, I'm extremely proud of you, bro. Like I can't explain to you to know how important this project is, not just to me, but to the community, to the kids that are going to pick it up and read it, and the ones that they're going to acknowledge the struggle. And even though some of it's fiction, we can all tie it into our real lives, and we can all see a person or a character in a story where we visualize. So that whole aspect and dynamic of the story is really important. And I want to make sure we get this message out. And we get it from a king who we know is authentic and has lived and can talk about it. Not everybody can talk about something that they haven't lived or that they haven't really witnessed firsthand. If you ain't from the ghetto, don't come, because it don't really, it ain't for fun and games. Everybody in the ghetto really trying to get out of it. So when you get a king of your stature to actually give an accurate depiction of what it feels like to go through the process, is really honored, bro. So I have a lot of respect for the story and where it comes from and what it means right now. So like I said, you shook up the world when you put that title author on your name, bro. You did your stuff. I appreciate that.
Thank you, bro.
You better start introducing yourself as author. Tarik Chatman.
Hold on. Let me talk to my agent privately, y'all. Because y'all don't hear the conversations when Rhonda is on my ass, and it's like I'm like, okay.
Oh, the bully in the building.
The butterfly bully, and she fly up so gentle and be like, "Bow, bow." Hey, damn, I lost what I was finna say, but yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm that intimidated. It's like, you better not say that. She told me telepathically, like, boy, you better be quiet. But
Oh, go ahead.
I have no idea, Ron. I'm shook over here.
So what kind of impact do you think? Because I know you said you were talking about the guy that was reading it in a cell and how he reacted. Do you think that it'll change people's perspective of how they go about even in their own neighborhood if they are out there in like in the hood, like just in the streets, like hard, and they read this book? Do you think that will make them think twice about doing certain things?
I would I would love for that to be the case, and I can't say that it's not going to affect not one individual that way. I feel that as it could, but it's gonna take a lot more than this. The state of where we at right now, because I'm sure just as well as I'm thinking about somebody picking it up and it deterring them, somebody's gonna pick it up and glorify it from a whole nother angle and look at it like, wow, this is what you know what I'm saying? Because we so misguided and so desensitized by things, it's almost like, you know, people would laugh at certain scenarios in this book, like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? And like really feel like, but no, this was somebody's pain though. But like I said, I hope that it would. My intentions weren't just that. I was thinking about that in the midst of writing it, but it's solely for entertainment, so I wouldn't use it as a, you know what I'm saying, as a educational book for people trying to make it out the hood, not the set.
Right.
Um, but for the ones that's woke or gravitating towards that state of awareness, hell yeah, they gonna pick up on it. Like, you know what? Yeah, let me get my shit in order before I spiral out. I don't want to have to write no book from the chain gang and be successful from coming out of prison. You know what I'm saying? This nigga had to go to prison and write this. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. So hopefully,
See, but that part of the message can get put out like when you start doing speeches, when you start doing book tours, all that stuff. Now you can shout that message out, whatever message you want the people to get, and then as they read the book, they go, "Damn, he was like that. Whoa, okay, let me get my shit together." So you can definitely reach a whole lot of people. So keep up the good work, my brother.
appreciate y'all. Definitely, definitely. And I appreciate the question. Like, I think the points that y'all hit on is what I needed to elaborate on as far as like what's pertaining to this book to get people to really find interest and want to come check it out. So I appreciate y'all.
Well, look, I think any look, but I might be a little biased, but I tell everybody just from reading it, myself, like I don't cry off of books at all. I just don't do it because I know it's fiction. But like you said, it was like I was just like there was family. Like it was, I don't, and I even some of the parts, like I could guess what was going to happen, and I would still cry. And I'm like, what am I doing? But it was like, it's that kind of book. And that's why anybody I talked to, I was like, oh, you got to read this book. You got to read it. So everybody is waiting on it to come out. So I am super excited. I'm so proud of you for getting this out and even sitting down and writing it because you've been through a lot. And to actually keep going no matter what to get this pushed out is like that's a story in itself. So you will have to write your story.
At some point, yeah, for real. For real.
So, we know you got a book. It's here now. We finally got to this point. Like, where are we taking it? What comes next? Like, where do you see being the next step for this? Like, what do you envision for this?
Really, I'm gonna just go on a really hardcore marketing campaign to try to get this in as many hands as possible. And I'm gonna have to give the people what they want, because the way this book stops, you gotta have the rest. Like, it can't go this way. Like, it cannot, by no means. So I'm gonna have to fulfill my obligations and follow up with the sequel. Meanwhile, like what Rhonda hit on earlier, we gonna start trying to get some screen rights and possibly looking into doing a web series. And but as of right now, what's in the process of being worked is the soundtrack, and getting everybody that I want in collaboration with that. So that's happening right now. That's what we on right now.
That
What,
sounds
what
so.
what does the soundtrack look like? Are you gonna have like different? Is it gonna go right along with the book?
That's
Or you
my
don't even
that,
give it. I mean, if you don't want to give it away, then I'll ask
no.
you off
I'm
here.
I'm I'm fine with disclosing that, because it's still up for grabs. At this point, it's like, I know what I feel, but I'm not gonna be stingy with the production of it. I want to have some outside people come in and add their input, as well as, like, with the two labels that I'm working with. I want to have a collective think tank where it's like, not so saturated with just me, me, me. I already wrote the book. Yeah, I can rap, but I don't want to be on most of the songs on the soundtrack. I may be on like 2 or 3, because I don't want to oversaturate the book with myself. I want to give it some outside vibes, like different people's perspective. And I do want to do some not identical to the chapters, but like in that so yeah, that's how I want to do it.
Man, it's at this point, bro. It's just anticipating getting it in our hands now. Like the hard part is done. It's time to work, bro. It's time to work. Like I'm really excited. I can't wait to get it to a couple of teachers who I know love to read novels and to get their feedback, so we can kind of get you some. I want to get some video footage of feedback to this, bro, because I want the people to really know how deep this is. I know I have at least 5 people who have been harassing me daily, like, what's going on with your boy book? What's going on with your boy book? So I know people who read books and who are into like good authors putting out good products, they're gonna love this product. They're really gonna be excited when they get this in hand. I'm sitting here as a fan waiting to get my copy as well. So, it's a process, it's coming. But I want to thank you for putting yourself into a part of yourself that most people never get of you, and being able to put it into words and put it out to the public to do some healing to the community. Like, I don't think everybody understand what the purpose of your book really was, because a lot of people have their own misconceptions about everything, but somebody who can give them a detailed play by play on how it goes, and to be able to feed the community and do some healing, that just needs to be talked about a little bit more. We don't get enough kings that get a chance to be celebrated for their work that they're actually doing in the community. We do a lot of negative talking, we do a lot of down talking, we do a lot of stereotyping. But to actually have a king that took the time out to put the words in, put the thoughts in, and to produce such a product, bro, I just want to say thank you for what you've done and what you're doing and what you're going to continue to do in the future. And we just look forward to seeing what you got coming up next, bro. I can't even say how excited we are for this project, because we ain't going to even take no steam off of this one. But we look forward to just seeing you progress in what you're doing, bro. This is a proud moment for us. It really is.
Me too, and I'm extremely grateful to y'all. The whole camp over here, y'all, like, major love and great energy. And like I said, we wouldn't be at this point without y'all. So thank y'all for sure.
So are you planning on doing like any book signings?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am. I'm gonna have to get with my agent to see if we're gonna do a limited amount. Make it where it's not so frequent. We might just do a few. It's a limited edition. You get in there. I don't know. I gotta talk to my agent. Hold on, let me butterfly. Get butterfly Billy on the other line. I gotta talk to her. I'll find out in a little bit. If y'all just give me a second, I'll find out tonight. But I don't know. That's something to sit down and look at. But I'm definitely up for signing all of them to my people. But Rhonda keep a special package. You might have to hit one of these buttons over here and download this, and you get the autograph copy, and it come with these links. I'm gonna let her tell me how to do it.
We can definitely do that.
Ideas flowing. That's what it is.
Facts.
So where do you see this, like what's next? So I know you got the book, you got the song that you just released, and you're talking about a collab and the soundtrack.
What's next?
Yes, because I know like you obviously don't sleep. So what's next? Because I know you're gonna add something to that.
Well, I mean, this is not immediately, but a little bit further down the line, past the soundtrack and the movie and the web series and all that. I'm actually preparing to run for president.
You got
Hey,
my
we gonna keep on pushing you, bro. Bang for president. That's what I'm talking about. And you gonna instead of doing the Senate smoking the backwood, we get bang short. What? Come on, bro. We got senators smoking backwoods going for Congress. Hold
No,
on,
that's
bro.
that's good. That's good. Hey, because I thought about running for mayor of Los Angeles. Even if I don't win, I just want to run.
Just run.
Just bring some issues up. Yeah, no, it's real shit. I appreciate that because that's what Kanye was saying. Motherfuckers don't even know what Kanye did. Kanye marketed the shit out of himself right there
Yeah,
just by
dude.
running, right?
Yeah.
And he was I think he missed my ballot, so I made sure when I voted, when Joe Biden then was running, I made sure they didn't fuck with my vote. I was gonna leave them blank, but I said they might pencil in one of these motherfuckers on me. You know what I mean? So I voted for both of them motherfuckers to make sure we voted out. But
Right. You was thinking that's one of them.
yeah, somebody might go ahead and stamp that for. Let's go ahead and get Trump in here. Let's go. He looked like a Biden guy. He stay in a Biden neighborhood.
Well,
All right, we got our hot seat questions. We got to go ahead and fire our hot seat questions. So, you ready for the hot seat?
yeah, but before we get in the hot seat, just I got to bring myself back to reality. Not that I wouldn't run for president. I just, that's not really on my list. But Rhonda, like I'm really having to get myself geared up and prepared. We having a new addition to the family, so that's what I'm about to be working on for the next couple, 18 years?
Congratulations.
18
18?
years.
It's a
Yeah.
lifetime. It does not stop when they're 18. It's
Right,
a lifetime.
right. That's true.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Certainly,
Congratulations.
man. I put this out on live like this, but I'll face them consequences when they come. We got a book out. Come on.
Congratulations. Yeah. Okay.
Come on with this
First,
hot seat. What's in this hot seat? I need that.
first question. Is there any stock that you've been looking at that you recently purchased or that you would recommend? Or is there any cryptocurrency tokens that you are into that you would recommend for the people?
I do have a major alert. Something that anybody who's looking to invest in something that's gonna grow, you definitely want to get behind this. A
There
Flame
we go.
For Fatimah.
I like that. I like that.
There we go.
Get behind this book. This is the best thing smoking right now. You want to see a turnaround? You need to get behind this.
Fact. It's gonna be worth more later.
So if you had a message to the youth, what would it be?
Don't quit. Don't quit. You know, like, of course, quit anything that's negative, anything that's hindering you. But like, if it's something that you want to achieve or something that you're aspiring to be, don't feel like you can't, because what's around you and what you're looking at from a day to day. You know what I'm saying? Because looking at our environment, sometimes we feel like ain't no way out. You know, some of us. And for those that are like feeling stuck like that, I just want them to know, like, that's a mirage. This is really the matrix. You can turn this wall into the wall that you want it to be. You can actually do that. So I just want them to have faith in themselves that they can get where they want to go.
So I think I already
Yeah.
know the answer to this question. I'm almost positive I do. But if you could recommend one book, what would it be?
Say it again.
If you could only recommend one book to read, what would it be?
That's a good one. There's so many good books out there. Why y'all laughing? What's going
Well,
on?
I thought I knew the answer. I just thought you was just gonna this one.
But there's so many good ones. I got to think about that, Rhonda. Like, because where do you direct the people that need direction? You know, so many. We got so many spots that need healing, and we got so many great healers out here. Where do you direct the people?
Yeah.
You know. But if you want to start with something, you can start right here.
There we go.
A Flame for Fatimah. This book right here will get you going in all the directions you need to be going.
Where can they find that one at? Where can they find that one at?
You can find this at the link. You can hit the link in my Instagram, or you can go to Fatimah.com.
Aflamefor.com.
A flame, see, a flame for Fatimah.com. That's why she my agent.
Aflamefor.com.
She my agent and my publicist.
So it's a flame4.com. A
Yep.
flame4.com.
And look, that's, you know, I'm hardly professional at all. So this should be motivation to anybody. If he can do it, shit.
Hey, real talk, bro. So
I don't
if
even know
you
the
had it,
name of the link. I'm just playing.
you are, bro. You are. You said I'm learning. I'm getting it. Okay. If you had an opportunity to sit down with the older community, and you were trying to become the bridge between your age and younger with the older, what would you say to kind of bridge the gap? What would you talk to the older people about to bridge the gap?
I would tell the old folks, quit talking so low, and I would tell the young folks, quit talking so loud.
Perfect.
To those with an understanding, they gon', you know, I think we can meet right there.
Facts.
In other words, you know, you can learn from either side. You just got to be teachable.
Oh, that's kind of cool. You took me right in my next question. What's the most important thing you've learned on your journey so far?
Oh wow, man, y'all got some real tough one. You know, because you could just throw an answer out there, but is that really what it is, though? Man, I would have to say in my heart of hearts, man, be mindful of your energy, what you receive and what you put out. And if you can be mindful of those things, I feel like you will start to gain understanding in other things.
Okay. So if you could sit down with one person and have a conversation with them, dead or alive, who would it be?
Man. Probably, it's gonna sound crazy. So have y'all heard it talk or thought?
Mm-hmm.
That's who I think I would want to sit down and just really just get some insight from. Thought.
Okay. And you answered the why, so because you said you wanted to get insight. I was going to ask you why, unless you want to elaborate on that more.
Well, I mean, just according to, how much information thought has put out with the Book of the Dead and the Emerald Tablets and things along those lines, it's like, where did you get this information and what vibrational code did you tap into? Okay, just sit down and just give me a download because you're on some next level. And I need to understand how I can tap into that. We talking about Akashic records that hold files like a computer will hold files all within a reservoir somewhere out in the universe that you can tap into. What? I just want to look. I mean, you ain't got to give me the whole room, but can I look in there?
So,
For
so
real.
what's your final thoughts? What's something you want to leave with the people?
Love and light. I feel like if we can really find love in ourselves, like we can conquer any and everything. And love actually conquers any and everything. So, like, to the people that's listening, to the people that's watching, to the people that's gonna hear down the line, whatever's troubling you, whatever's making you feel like tapping out, giving up, or like you insufficient, or you don't matter, or you boxed out, ain't nobody messing with you, you a loner, or whatever. You feel like just less than what you actually are. Know that there's value in yourself, and you gotta find love within all of that pain. You gotta find love, if not for nothing else, for yourself, and knowing that you got the potential to be the best you, and that wherever you at right now is not your ending place. That you actually got more to do. But that's what I would want to leave with the people. My Instagram, Mob Bang, that's MOBTIED period BANG. You go to that Instagram, I got a link tree in my profile, and it'll give you every other link that I got, all the other platforms you can get at me. I'm on Twitter, TikTok, all of that, but go to the link tree.
All right, good stuff. Miss Rhonda L Brown, the Butterfly Bully, at Rhonda Rice Official. What you want to leave for the people?
I would say, look, don't give up. Keep pursuing whatever it is, no matter how big your dream is.
All right, Mr. Caliph Johnson, aka the Trash Vegan. What you got?
Flame4.com. A Flame4.com. A Flame4.com. If you don't know, this book will change everything. This is one of the universe shifters right here. I'm proud of you, King.
Hey, yeah, I like that. Hey, so you guys, my name is Curtis G. Martin, and I'm gonna say, you guys, like my brother said, don't give up. Follow your dreams, make your dreams big, and a flame for Fatimah. You go save your Fatimah.
All
And
right.
this is We Got Problems, and we out.